Hi.
Is it time to go?
It's time to go.
Lights, camera, action. This is Laura Thompson, your friendly, fabulous, fantastic, fun, feisty, fearless general manager and creator of TAN TV, the African American Network.
Favorite.
We have a local feel with a global reach, and we've got this dual show going on today. I'm the host of the Coffee Break, and I'm here with my fabulous, friendly, feisty, fantastic, phenomenal B. Baylor.
B. Baylor.
And she,
B. Baylor. I am the host of the Women's Businesses Network and also a serial entrepreneur, and I love being on the set with Laura Thompson. She is the best of the best, guys, but I would never say that loud. I have other BFF, but anyway.
Don't be mad because
right.
She likes me better.
You know, if I don't have my coffee in the morning with Laura, I'm not right. And I look, let me pour my coffee when I see Laura call, because she checks in when she's out and about gallivanting, walking, getting her exercise, her morning walk. So, Laura, tell us how we arrived here today. What's going on here?
Well, the literal reason, or the way we arrived here is we drove here. Literally. But I made a phone call to B. Baylor, probably in maybe August.
I would say
of last year.
Yes.
And so I was trying to create some talk shows. And so I had some opportunities for a Women Business Sense Network, which I didn't come up with the name, but B. Baylor did. But
took me forever.
I said, hey, we have this network, and we want to, we're looking for a talk show host. And so the antennas went up, and she said, oh, tell me more.
Tell me more. I was driving down Mopac, and I'm like, let me pull over, talk show. Because that was on my agenda last year or 2 years ago I actually had a talk show and got all the way to the beginning of the show, and something happened.
Right. It
was good.
It was nothing happened.
Right.
She was waiting on TAN
Laura
TV.
Thompson.
She was waiting on
That's
TAN
right.
TV.
That's right.
And so now she has this talk show. We've done some filming for the first series. Now this is the second series. And so y'all are in for a treat.
Yes, because this is on a beautiful platform, and Laura and I just in the middle of the night really created this idea, and we've actually blossomed. It's like birthing as right before our eyes that we're going to have so much content to put on this platform. The African American Network is Laura Thompson, and I'm that baby that's coming in to really expand and lift Laura up. Women, that's what we do. I want to embrace her. I want to just help her to grow and create content for the masses. We're thought leaders, don't you think so, Laura?
Right.
You look like a change agent.
She's a global thought leader.
With a local feel.
I know, right? Yeah, she hung out in San Francisco a couple of weekends ago.
Sunny San Diego.
Oh, excuse me. San Diego. But she was there with some global thought leaders.
Yes.
And she came back and
fired up.
Here she is.
Yes.
She's an amazing,
I want to make a difference,
woman.
Laura, and I know that, we sit back and we stay stuck, or we wake up in the morning with issues, but there's nothing holding us but us. Mm-hmm. Because this was something that was, the African American Network. When did that start?
I had the idea in 1995.
That's
I worked
a long
for
time.
an internet company that first moved to San Antonio.
Yes.
I called them every day.
Yeah,
for probably about 90 days, every day, literally, until the receptionist got tired and told the operations manager that I'm just going to transfer her back to you because you keep putting her off.
That's who you are. You are that person.
And so, I went in and he gave me a tour of what the internet looked like, and I was like, oh my God. And so while I was there, I finally got hired. They put me in a little
cubicle.
Well, it wasn't even a cubicle. It was the storage room.
What?
So it was a bunch
I
of
probably
boxes.
have been in one of them too.
It was a little table.
Yes.
They didn't teach me anything. They just said, okay, you wanted to work here, here. And so I had to kind of figure out and funnel around. But once I did that, I realized that, you know, I wanted to do something. So I registered the African American Network because they taught us how to register domain names. And so I said we could do something with TV with this.
This is great.
But I didn't know what.
Right.
I didn't know how.
Right.
I just had an idea. So I've kept that name and maintained that name since '95.
That's a
And
long time. And I remember
yeah.
talking with you, internet. When you said internet, I remember talking with you last night, and you called some kind of page or a Sparkle page, but it was a landing page.
Splash.
Splash.
They used to call it a splash page. It's landing now.
I don't
but
know
it's
what
the
a
same
splash
thing.
page, but her age was definitely in line with what a splash page is.
Well, it wasn't necessarily the age. It's just that I was at the
Using that.
beginning of the technology age.
And you were
so-
right there in it. And
Yes,
so I'm
yes.
like up and coming into this.
Right.
I still have to ask the grandkids, help grandma with this, but I've been on the
Right.
internet for years with AOL and when SBC and all of that. So, and now here I
But I
am,
was-
you know, in my baby boomer years on a talk show.
Right. So yeah, it's been around for a while. It was the internet. Everything, literally everything is free. They're selling
yes.
information now, but we used to be able to go in and look up somebody's address, and it would give us the driver's license, the neighbors, all of that stuff. All of the private stuff. There was no privacy on the internet.
Oh my gosh.
But
so,
now you have to buy all that stuff.
So Laura, what's the future of the African American Network and Women's Business Sense? What's long-term goals or future?
To build a platform that promotes the accomplishments and tells the stories of African Americans from an African American perspective,
Right.
or for anyone that's interested in learning about the African American culture or the African American experience. And so, you know, we started off as a YouTube channel back in 2012.
Wow. And
we
now
had a little studio,
Yes.
and I had my Evo phone. I don't know if I can say brand names on here, but I had my Evo phone, and I would be down on my knees filming, and we would invite 30 to 40 people every Saturday to come in and do all these shows.
Ooh,
And so
lots
we
of
stayed
work.
there all day, but we had fun. But one guy came in and he was like, because we had a green room and we gave them questions, so they had dialogue and they were fired up and ready to go. So anyway, we brought this one group in, and the guy was saying, "Where's all the cameras?" And so I'm on my knees with this
The
Evo
little bitty
phone.
camera. And
It's-
now look, you've had your own studio as well. I
Yeah.
mean, that's where my first show was. The
Right.
Women's Business Sense was
Right.
there at another studio, and now we've moved up with lights, camera, action, and it's just
Right.
gorgeous.
Yeah, we're not playing around with
No,
TV.
there's so much
But-
stuff that we're going to be doing with this feisty, fearless woman, and I have to get my act together, really, to know that I want to show up authentically, but yet I want this to be the best show ever.
Right. Well, she's already showed up. She don't really realize it. She underestimates the power
I
of B.
do.
Baylor.
I
not
do.
I'm not going to tell
I
you
like
her
low-key.
real first name.
Don't tell my name. and actually, we're such good friends. But I do believe that Laura is my family because my dad was a Thompson, and this is Laura Thompson. So
Yeah.
anytime that her name pops up, I answer it. Oh, that's Miss Thompson.
Right.
It may be my dad's sister or
right,
something.
Right. Right. She thinks I'm more than what I am, but I'm just a regular, ordinary person
No,
with an
you've been a state
extraordinary.
representative. You are a San Antonio Knight. Is that what y'all say? That San Antonio? We say Austin Knights. What do y'all say here?
No, I'm from San Antonio.
San
I
Antonio,
am
Texas.
San Antonio. Yeah. Born and
And
raised
so
on
Laura,
the east
really,
side.
Laura has done some amazing things. Quitland, Laura, tell people that you come from a background and you made it just different here in San Antonio. Sisters in Business. That's where I met you.
The
Actually, you were a
Sisters.
ghostwriter for my book.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to tell
Major.
y'all. When I first met B, I think she came to Sisters in Business first, maybe.
No.
Or maybe it was the opposite. Yeah, because
Opposite.
I had no way of knowing to
Right.
invite you. But she gave me directions to this place, and I rode around forever and ever and ever trying to find it.
And so did I.
Right.
I got lost giving my own
So
directions.
I said, I'm not ghostwriting her book.
She did. When I got there, she chewed me another. And I was like,
Well,
okay, let me cool this woman down because.
Well, she's over exaggerating. She really is. But we had our little snack, and we talked and came up with the concept for the book and everything.
yes.
And so I did ghostwrite a book.
You
I
did.
have ghostwritten
Many books.
about 3 books.
That's a lot.
And I published 2 of my own.
Yes.
One is a book of poetry, Beneath the Mask, and the other one is On My Way to the Top.
Yes. So
So-
you actually got to hear, so it was a memoir, and Laura, so she knows my childhood story. She knows my
Yes.
secrets, childhood stories and stuff. And from where I was as a child and now to this, it's a huge, major milestone that I feel I've accomplished. But for 50 years, can you imagine staying stuck and remembering what you did as a little kid and arriving at this place? And the glass ceiling, I feel like I've broken 10,000 pieces on the glass mirror ceiling.
Right.
But there's nothing I won't do or step into any arena, challenge me, its own.
Right. I mean, but we all grow up, under different circumstances, and we all dream as little kids. I know I did.
Yes.
I had major dreams, and my mom used to tell people, "Oh, she's always saying she's going to do all these things." And I said, I am. I didn't say I was going to do them all at the same time, but I am
You are.
going to do them. So, it's not really, we always think it's this miraculous thing that we are kids and we dream and we grow up and we end up doing some major things. But, it's, if you want to do it, you'll do it. And you said one thing
What's that?
earlier about nothing is blocking us but ourselves. I was about to do something yesterday, and I knew someone didn't like it, although I'm free to do it.
Right.
But in my mind, it's like, I can't do that because they don't like it. So we do. We do have these mindsets, and we've trained ourselves
Absolutely.
to not do things.
And
because of what people say or what people want from us.
I agree so much with you, Laura. I feel like there's almost like 7 layers, and my layers sit in my chest area. And so sometimes I have to really peel those layers off to really get to who is the real B. Baylor and what it is that she can do. And when I look at you, what I see is you really could be my doctor because you really shoot straight from the hip and you tell it the way it is, like there's no hiding, and I know where I stand with you. And I think vulnerability, it's easy for me to come to you, Laura, and say, I don't know how to do this. And you really encourage a lot of women, not just me. You've been had this huge foundation, Sisters in Business, and you brought some name brands to the house here, San Antonio, Phaedra, and amongst
Phaedra
other.
Parks, Lynn Whitfield,
And I was able
Terry
to touch those
McMillan,
people and
Maya
take
Angelou.
pictures. Maya
Yeah,
Angelou.
yeah.
And so this is an icon that I'm sitting next to. She, have paved her way to get where she is today. So when I'm hanging out with Laura Thompson, I feel like I'm hanging out.
Well, I tell you what, in my mind and in my eyes, I'm not really an icon. This guy came up to me one time and he said, "What do you really do?" And I told him, "Whatever I want."
When I grow up,
So
I'm
I
going to
just
say,
do, you
I'm going
know,
to say
I just
that too.
do.
When I grow up, but I
You-
pay the bills. That's what
yeah.
I do.
You do what you want. You do what
Yes,
you
I
want.
do.
Everybody does what
Well, I
they
think
want.
you
It's
get
just
to
a
that
choice.
age to where you do what you want. At my age, I
Well,
do what I want to do.
yeah,
And
I've
instead of
always-
serving other people now, what I
Right.
used to do, I served myself. And I
Right.
think that's in line with where we are in age as women.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if it has anything to do. I've always done what what I
Well,
wanted.
no,
It was
I've
hard
always
for it was
had
hard
to.
for
Well,
it was hard for people to guide me because I was just like, I always knew what I wanted to
yeah,
do
Laura
as a
was
kid.
that person. She was like uncontrollable, I'm sure.
Well,
You know.
it's just I believe that we stunt our kids' growth when it's visible and apparent that they have these gifts and talents, and people
Hold them back.
try to switch them over
Or
to
put,
something else
yeah.
because they don't understand.
That's so true. I have 3 kids. I'm 9 grandkids, and out of the grandkids, they're like my life, my joy, and there's nothing I wouldn't do for them. I wish I had 5 or 6 credit cards that I could just let them go, but that's not the point. It's really having them serve and know what it's like to, go after what you want, and that you have to work hard for what you want. And I believe in serving my grandkids in that way and stuff. And, my parents grew up, in a situation that was hard. And so I know how to work hard, how to, do the things that I want to serve me in the best interest, and of course my kids. And I feel like I've done that. So I just want to serve me.
Right. It's okay to, we always look at a struggle as a bad thing. It's not. It's okay to struggle.
Yeah, I
It's
did.
okay I mean, and you've got to struggle.
You
even,
do.
Whatever you do.
I
If you
did.
want to move up to another level, you continue to struggle. That's okay.
But I heard my pastor
it's not
on
bad.
Sunday
Yeah.
say that God will supply all your needs, but God also subtracts away from some of the things that we have. And that when it's a loss or you lose something, you let something go. And we were just having this conversation that you have to let something go in order for situations and things to come your way. I had to let some things go off for my business that wasn't serving me in a way that I wanted to. And when I did, other doors open up, like the Women's Business Sense Network, where I'm providing a platform for women to come and be on a talk show and to be seen and be heard to their powerful story. So without you making that phone call, you just saw my B. The B was in your phone, right? That was the second.
B to the B.
That was B to B. Yeah, and that's exactly B to the B. B2B grassroots coaching firm. It's definitely a coaching firm where business owners can actually inject capital into their business, because I feel if you have a hobby or a job or something, you need to be a serial entrepreneur and be able to create 6 figures to 7 figures in your business so you can
Right.
say that you're in business.
Right. If that's what you want. If that's what you
It's
want.
always what most people say, well, I want to be in my passion, I want to be happy. And so you're right, whatever makes you happy, do it. And so if it's generating income, maybe that's not what makes people happy. But income, to me, is an opportunity to go places and do things and fly out. And I've asked Laura to come hang out with me in New Orleans, but she stayed busy, guys.
Yeah. Well, that's why I never get to go anywhere, because people think I'm always busy. I do want to go places, just so you know.
Right. So we just need to crank the car up. So, but again, Laura, this is an opportunity for
course it
women
is.
to come
Of course it
and
is.
be on the Women's Business Sense as a guest. Are we looking to expand to just bring other hosts on and just really create this on the
it's
African American Network? Because we're
Yeah,
sisters.
it'll evolve. It'll evolve.
It-
I
on
just
its own.
believe that, when people watch it and people see it, they'll want to be a part of it. So I don't really do a lot of big plans. I have this big vision, and so it includes, whatever people bring to the table that's acceptable.
That's
and
great. I love that. So you
yeah.
will always analyze. So how can people watch the show?
They can watch it right now at www.tan.tv. That's Tan with 2 A's, TAAN.tv. And we're winding down. And if you want to learn more about the African American Network, TAN TV, tan.tv, you can go to Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or to the website right now, TAAN.tv. And so I am so glad that we had an opportunity to chat. You have been tuned into the Coffee Break and
Women's Business Sense Network TV
with B.
talk
Baylor.
show. B. Baylor.
B. Baylor, and this is Laura Thompson, your friendly, fabulous, fantastic, fun,
All that.
feisty, fearless,
Yes.
General
Wow.
manager and creator of TAN TV, the African American Network.
And I'm Queen Bee.
Yes, yes, she is. And she's a global thought leader.
Thought leader.
Just so you know, don't be mad.